Hello Taurus, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Taurus for the week of December 27th. Now Taurus, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, that's not me, that's someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. I also do exclusive content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there if you'd like to get to know me more. So let's see what we have here for you, Taurus. Now, just a small percentage of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed, and so if you're somebody who watches my videos regularly and you have not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. Really helps my channel grow in a big way. So, see what we have here for you, Taurus. All right, make sure everything's in view, and then we'll get right into it. Energy on the bottom, you have the Ace of Wands. So, love this card, my favorite card in the tarot. I have a lot of favorites, but this is certainly one of them. And so this Ace of Wands talks about the initial spark of life that you need to do in order to birth something. It can literally refer to childbirthing. If it's combined with like the Empress, you don't have that, or maybe even the Ace of Cups, you don't really have that. It's possible, since I brought that up, maybe some of you are thinking about children or something like that. You do have the Lovers and the Marriage card here, tradition with the Hierophant. So maybe you're thinking about that, but my intuition is telling me that this is more for many of you here about a new start that you're looking to bring into existence here in your life as it relates to your career situation, your even an enterprise. The thing about the Ace of Wands is, if there was ever a card for starting a business, it's this card. That's why I love it so much. I've always started businesses, and this is why the Ace of Wands is so powerful, because typically when you get the Ace of Wands, it does say that, you know, businesses that you start under the energy of this card are pretty successful, or they have a high chance of being successful. Remember, timelines change. There are no finalities here in tarot, because you have free will to make choices, and the choices you make change the timeline. So hopefully that makes sense. But regardless, it's a very good sign to see here. And so think side hustles, think businesses, starting enterprises, even if you're somebody who prefers to not be self-employed, if you prefer to work for somebody, which a lot of people do, and there's nothing wrong with that, this can mean a new project starting, a new job coming into your life, something like that going on. So taking a look here, right away in the middle, you have the Five of Swords. So this is actually really interesting. I do want to point this out here. So this doesn't happen very often. So you have 555 here in this row, Wands, Swords, Pentacles here. Okay, and so from my research, and you know, you'll want to do your own, I'm not an expert in numerology, but 555 does talk about change coming into your life. Okay, so this could be a good change, this could be a negative change, but I like to keep it positive, so we'll say it's good. But you do have this Five of Swords, which is you know, this sword talks about this card sometimes talks about how, like, it would be in your best interest sometimes to just drop your swords, and some battles are not worth fighting. Okay, and so, you know, we're looking here at the time of the new year. You know, this is a time of the year where a lot of people meet with family, meet with friends they haven't talked to in a while. You know, I would ask you, you know, are some of you going to maybe be tempted to argue, to bicker, to fight, or do something like that at this time? If so, I would just caution against it because of these 5/5s in the middle. Sometimes people will not hear your message, even if you're able to eloquently tell them a message, and that's just because of where they are in their life and in their timeline. And so sometimes it's not even worth it, right? It's not even worth it. So let's continue forward here. Now, in the past, you have the Seven of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Lovers. You have this Seven of Swords here, which is a card that scares me as a reader. As a tarot reader, there are always some cards that trip you up or scare you, or that you need to work on. And this is the card for me. This is the one that I have gives me red flags, because this is I've seen it play out in my life and in other people's lives, but it's really like a card of backstabbing. I typically find this card comes forward when people are talking about you behind your back, or, especially in the workplace, if you're dealing with a workplace situation. You do not have the Three of Pentacles or the Three of Cups. So I don't know if it's about gossip behind your back. We'll see what cards come in to clarify. I think more, in the past, you may have dealt with somebody who was just not honest with you in some ways. You may have confronted someone here in the past, especially as you have this Five of Wands, which is a card of conflict here. Okay, and so you see the 5 people sparring, especially when next to the 5 of Swords or with the 7 of Swords. And the thing about the 7 of Swords is, though, it can indicate that you are deceiving yourself. So this is all about deception, the 7 of Swords, in whatever way that takes shape, right? Lying, cheating, backstabbing, whatever, stealing, whatever it is. I don't feel cheating here. I really don't feel cheating here. It could mean that you are deceiving yourself in some ways. It could mean that you need to get clear on a message or a situation that you feel strongly about, because you do have the moon's influence as well, which we'll get into more. It may mean that there is deception here. Okay, we'll tell you that. Whether it's self-deception or deception from another person, it's hard to say at this moment, but we'll continue clarifying. You have the Lovers as well, which is a choice that you need to make, an important choice that you have to make either in love or in work, career. For some of you, you may have recently had a challenge at work. This is maybe why this Ace of Wands is coming in, and you may be looking to get away from some situations or people, maybe probably in your work situation, something like that is what I'm feeling. But let's keep moving forward here. Now, in the middle column here, in your current situation, you have the Page of Wands, the 5 of Swords, and the Hierophant. This is a work change. Okay, this is a job change that I see coming in here. Reason being is you have this 5 of Swords, which is you just dropping your swords. The 5 of Swords does say that, this loss is recoverable. It does say that you are prepared to fight any battle. And, it's not completely, whatever you're dealing with is not the end of the world. Okay, it's recoverable. The thing is, you have the Page of Wands as well here, which is a card probably most associated with a job offer. If you're looking for a job offer, this is probably the one to get, because pages are always news or offers. Wands is the suit of enterprise, business, career, right? And it can also just represent like downloads of information coming from the universe. It can represent somebody who's, good news coming in generally in your life. But in this case, I feel like there's a change here in the middle, very clearly, 555. And, in the cards around it, you have that Page of Wands indicating potentially taking an offer, and then you have the Hierophant, which I like to read. This is a Taurus, by the way, so this could be you showing up, but I also like to read the Hierophant as the place that you work, okay? And so for some of you, it's, you're making a big change here very clearly, but also on the other end here, some of you may be moving to a new job. Let's continue forward. So in the future, you have the Moon, the 5 of Pentacles, and the Temperance. So we have this big row here helping inform this reading, 555. You now hear in the corners, okay, corners also help lay out the context in addition to the middle card. This Moon card is a card of deception as well, similar in a way to the 7 of Swords, where this may mean that something is not as it appears. It can also represent an emotionally charged situation in your life that you are dealing with. So there's clear deception here. I'll be looking very carefully to see what cards we get when we clarify on these two cards. You also have this 5 of Pentacles, which talks about like feeling unworthy or feeling left out in the cold. Can indicate money loss, but we have this energy of deception here. And the thing is, you also have this Temperance card below, which is your situation's turning around. It's moderation, balance, healing, harmony, alchemy. It's also a card of major healing. And this comes after upheaval. The Temperance card comes after change because it's the card after the Death card. And so I don't know that this 5 of Pentacles is coming in the future. I feel like if anything, it's your mind playing tricks on you or something like this. Fear is getting in the way. Let's see what else we have here. If you're enjoying this, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not already. Drop a comment to let me know what you think. Maybe share this video with a friend. Also, really appreciate you being here. Thank you for spending your time with me. And check out my website. There's a link to that in the description below so you can sign up for my email list. All right. You have Kali Ma facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. Okay. Yes. What did I say? There's something around fear. The deception, I feel like, I don't think it's coming from another person now that I'm looking at this. It may be internal deceptions, internal fears here. I really like this. You have Saint Germain, karma releasing, make room for good energy, or move beyond drama, create your own path, make room for good energy. You also have Archangel Michael, trusting heaven. You are safe. Angels stand close, surrender your concerns, and allow a miracle to occur. So if you're not religious, or Archangel Michael's not a part of your belief system, do know that this is a frequency that we're reading here on the cards. And so it doesn't matter what you believe or don't believe. The energy of Archangel Michael in this case talks about general protection from the universe and from spirit. So do keep that in mind. Let's see what else we get here. All right. I definitely like to see this. So you have success, abundance, really nice card. And if you believe, you have a lot of good cards here coming in the clarification. So the thing about that Five of Pentacles is it can like drum up feelings of like when you're just not feeling confident about yourself. That's what I feel from this middle row. It's like changes are happening in your life, and there's something here around confidence. I would not be surprised to see the Strength card come in, or the Queen of Wands. But let's see what else we have here. Let's pull these clarifications that we've been talking about, because I'm very curious to see. With all of these oracles, I just feel like it's something relating to confidence around a change, leading to deception. So you have King of Pentacles, yeah, you have the Ace of Cups and the Page of Cups. Yeah, I don't know that there's someone deceiving you here. I feel like it's probably internal. But the Lovers and the Page of Cups with the Ace of Cups, despite the Five of Wands, that's a big 3 cards of starting a relationship, having feelings for someone. Maybe, going on first dates, maybe taking something to the next level if you've already been going on dates, something like that going on here. This can also indicate you having self-love and you needing to make the choice that for yourself that results in the most amount of divine love and the most amount of self-love for you in your path at this time. Not necessarily doing what would make someone else happy, but really reaching into your cup and doing what would make you happy, to fill up your cups, really. And yeah, that's kind of the feeling I'm getting here for you, Taurus. This King of Pentacles is interesting. The fact that we did clarify, I said I was going to be very interested to see what card came in with that Seven of Swords here. So, the fact that we did get a person on top of that, the thing is, you are an earth sign, and the King of Pentacles can represent any earth sign, right? And so it's almost like it is sort of strengthening this idea that there's some deception coming from you here, is kind of what I'm feeling. This King of Pentacles is somebody who achieves a high status by sticking to their routines and sticking to what they know to be true that has made them successful, right? So let's see what else we have here. We have the Knight of Cups, we have the Queen of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. Okay, you are stressing. You have one of these big stress cards here, Nine of Swords, big stress card, about a work situation, for sure, with the Hierophant and the Nine of Swords. It's keeping you up late at night. You have this big choice to make with the Lovers next to it. You clearly have offers here with the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands in some area of your life, whether this is in love or in work. My guess is it's in love. On another level, the Hierophant can represent marriage. And some of you perhaps are like stressing about like some level of like commitment with somebody else as well, where it's like maybe it hasn't happened yet, or you're thinking about it, or there's something like that going on here. Queen of Swords, you may be in a conflict with somebody. Queen of Swords is absolutely not, Queen of Swords would certainly be fine with conflict. I will tell you that much. The Queen of Swords will not mince words, okay? They will tell you what you need to hear without really thinking about the repercussions. And so it can be a very challenging person, but it can also be somebody who is an expert and somebody who like gives you wise counsel as well. So that's the other thing. You have to, every card has a shadow and a light, right? Like an upside or a reversal, if whatever you read, right? And so you have to really take everything into consideration here. But yeah, the Knight of Cups as well is talking about like somebody potentially new coming into your life. But the fact that it's with the Page of Wands, I feel like there's a job offer coming in that's going to promote happiness in your life. That's what I'm feeling. Let's see what else we get here. Okay, yeah. We have the Nine of Cups, we have the Tower, and the Five of Swords. Okay. I wanted to clarify those. So I said I was going to be very interested to see what came in here as well as this one. This Nine of Cups here is all of your dreams and wishes coming true. I mean, it's total emotional contentment, satisfaction, luxuries, pleasures, the good life. One of the most positive cards. And it's, if you've been having a dream, see the pose that this guy is sitting with their arms crossed. It represents that dream finally being fulfilled, right? Happiness. And that's why with the moon here, you know, I feel like there's some sort of internal deception going on where it's like there's happiness available, but you're not seeing it, some type of deal. You do have the Tower and the Five of Swords here with the, what is that, Five of Pentacles and the Temperance card. So I don't love to see the Tower and the Five of Pentacles, but again, there could be some sort of revelation here that comes forward around your finances or around your material situation that you need to sort out. And with the Temperance card and the Five of Swords and the Magician clarifying, to me, it suggests that you are quite capable of handling this situation. You can't prepare for a Tower, okay? And remember, the Tower really, you shouldn't be afraid of it because it really is just the exposure and of illusion, okay? Something not being as it appears, which you have as well here with the moon. So keep that in mind. You do have the Six of Swords as well, which is sailing forward, transitioning away from the old you. You have a lot of protection here with the Oracle cards. You have a lot of good things. You have a lot of offers. And you have dreams coming true. So with the Magician clarifying the Tower and the Five of Swords, I just feel like you're capable of handling any challenge, okay? The Magician also takes what they have, okay? You see the tools on the table. They can take what they have and transform something into their life into a big way. So it's like everything you need to deal with any Tower moment or challenge is already there, Taurus. So do keep that in mind. You have the imprisonment, high honor, marriage, change, house, and unexpected income. I said there was something here about a marriage. For some of you, this is relating to a deeper level of commitment with a partner. For others of you, this is getting a job offer, okay? Because you have high honor, Page of Wands, Ace of Wands, Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups coming forward, offering you something here that makes you happy. Some of you, you are in your own imprisonment here of your mind. And that's what I feel like is going on with the Seven of Swords and the Moon card. And so regardless, there are big changes coming in with change, house, and unexpected income. You know, for some of you, you're going, like I said, deeper into commitment with somebody. For others of you, you're taking a job that maybe has an unexpected pay bump or increase, like there's more money available. But I really am not stressed about this at all for you. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, drop a comment to let me know what you think, maybe share this video with a friend. Also check out my website, zanintuitive.com. I'll see you in the next one.